On today's show, meet Raymond, an adorable basset hound who couldn't eat or drink. The Humane Society for Hamilton County saved this sweet stray and got him the proper medical help. What should you give your dog for the best successful relationship? Patty talks to a nationally known author and dog trainer to find out what's in a dog's heart. And it's Halloween. We'll highlight the best pet costumes from our fabulous Facebook gallery. Trick or treat, and we do mean treat, all next on Pet Pals TV.
Hey, give a little love, give a little more this time, give a little love, you give it up, oh, I feel fine, give a little love, it'll come back if you just try, it'll feel right, give a little love.
And we're on. Now, last time around, you were over on my side. He was giving me like the massage as the show began there, the handshake.
He's needy with mommy today.
Well, that's all right. He's back. He's Louie. I'm Paul. She's Patty, and it's Pet Pals back again. Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween. Ooh, trick or treat.
We've got some pictures we're going to show throughout the show today that you've submitted on our Facebook wall, so stay tuned for that.
We also have a story that we're going to start off with. His name is Raymond. He's a very sweet basset hound. He couldn't swallow. I know, couldn't eat, couldn't drink. Terrible time.
You're not going to last long like that.
No, but the good news is the Humane Society for Hamilton County came to the rescue, took him to Purdue, special surgery, and now he's up for adoption.
Well, let's take a look at his story.
This segment of the Humane Society for Hamilton County brought to you by Invisible Fence and sponsored in part by the Milano Inn.
Raymond is a basset hound.
Yes.
He's a purebred, isn't he? He looks to be.
I believe so, yes.
Okay. You got him, you're a foster right now.
I am a foster.
Okay. And he has some special challenges. What was wrong with him when they gave him to him and said, help Ann, help us?
Raymond was recovering from some surgery that allowed him to swallow. When he came to me, he was significantly underweight and needed a home environment where he could have special foods, special feedings 4 times a day.
Special care.
Yeah.
Just a lot of love, right?
Absolutely.
But he does bark once in a while, like a basset hound would. What else can you tell me about? He's sitting on my foot. What else can you tell me about Raymond?
Raymond really is an awesome, awesome dog. He is very calm and he likes to get a lot of love. He loves other dogs, pretty much all other animals.
You said you have chickens too. He
I
likes
do.
The chickens.
Yeah, I have 2
Some
chickens.
Some chickens at home. This would be a good dog for you.
Yeah, he checks where they are, but doesn't pester them or chase after them. He is wonderful with children, really interested in just people in general.
Okay.
Yes, he needs a forever home, and he would be a really great dog for somebody who says, I'd like another dog, but I'm not as active as I used to be. Okay. He would be the ideal dog for
You're a
that.
little couch potato, huh? You little Dickens, you?
Oh, yes.
Oh, he's a good boy.
Raymond came to us as a stray from Hamilton County. Somebody found him wandering the streets and brought him in to us. It was mid to late July when he came in, and he was just a skinny boy, really sick and not in good shape when we got him.
Quickly found out he had trouble swallowing?
Right. We knew that there was something wrong by how skinny he was, and he also drooled a lot. So we took him over to one of our vets, had some x-rays done, had to call some specialists in, and found out that he did actually have trouble swallowing. His muscles wouldn't allow him to swallow
Went
his
to
food.
Purdue, didn't he?
He did go to Purdue. They were very generous and were able to help us out with the cost by getting him some teaching grants to help him because his condition is so rare.
Someone sees Raymond, they go, I gotta have him. What do they have to do?
They would have to come into the shelter, or they could complete an adoption application online on our website at www.hamiltonhumane.com. And they can send that in or bring it in, and then we would make arrangements for his foster mom to bring him in and introduce him at the shelter.
Well, he's a very sweet boy.
He is a sweet boy. Somebody's going to be lucky to have him.
Yes, and those big ears. I love big boys with big ears. They're so cute. So thank you. You did a wonderful job.
Thank you.
Very nice.
Thanks.
A great story. Everybody loves Raymond. The the great crew out at the Humane Society for Hamilton County. And Rebecca Stevens joins us from the Humane Society for Hamilton County. Rebecca, this is one of the big fundraisers every year. It's time for the tails, the tips, the what? How's this work?
That is Tinsel and Tails.
Tinsel and Tails.
Almost. Tinsel and Tails Holiday Pet-tacular, to be exact.
But they'll take your tips.
That's right. And this is our biggest fundraiser of the year, actually. It is going to be held on Thursday, November the 17th. It is at the Ritz-Carlton in Carmel.
Oh, very nice.
Very fancy. And we're just thrilled because this is the event where we feature the year's most amazing pet survivor and adoption stories. We'll do a great presentation, everything orchestrated to music, and actually we have special guests coming out this time. The Smiling Morning Show Glee Club will be performing.
Well, I'm familiar with that particular group.
And they're excellent. They are fantastic. So we're really we're very excited to have them come. They're going to sing to the presentation part of it, and of course we'll have some very special furry guests who will make an appearance as well. So fantastic event.
Now it's a fundraiser because you need funds because things are usually tight, I know.
Things are always tight. I mean, we're getting more animals than ever before. A lot of senior pets, and unfortunately, a lot of those animals come in with special medical needs. So we're just always, every day, a challenge to find room, to get enough money to provide their regular care and medical care. Everything that you need to know is at www.tinselandtails.com. That's tinsel and spelled out tails.com. That's where you can buy your tickets, find out everything about the silent auction that we'll have, over 150 items that'll be up for the silent auction. Do your holiday shopping, great dinner, great presentation. No better way to spend the evening.
Holiday shopping, time is flying. And Rebecca Stevens from the Humane Society for Hamilton County, thanks for joining us on Pet Pals.
The theme is cute, not scary, for this Halloween edition of Facebook Friends. Christina Marie White shared these pictures of Lola Victoria, a 7-year-old Chihuahua. Here she's dressed as a biker babe. But she has other favorites like Princess Barbie, or how about a friendly witch? Thanks for sharing, Christina. Sharon Simone wants you to know there's a new sheriff in town. A cat named Snark, representing, of course, paw enforcement. Here's Riley in her Western doggy wear. Riley is a shelter rescue and lives with Jamie Kaufman. And staying with the country theme, here's Bentley, sporting a Western look. Bentley's that famous therapy dog that we recently featured right here on Pet Pals. And we think every day must be Halloween dress up for Sophie. Here she is modeling her new dress and toe shoes. And her Rastafarian look turns heads. She looks very cool in those shades. More costume photos to come later in the show. You're watching Pet Pals TV.
It's still hard to believe Oliver just ran away. Why take the chance? Invisible Fence brand keeps tails wagging safely in the yard and off the streets.
The Milano Inn. You've enjoyed our Italian dining for years. Now enjoy our new relaxing courtyard with beautiful views of downtown. And on Sundays this summer, bring your dog to Puppy's Pasta and Baci. From 4 to 9 p.m., enjoy our courtyard with a full menu. 10% of the proceeds will be donated to a local animal shelter.
Hi, Gina Lagrada here at Milano Inn with Oliver, proud sponsor of Pet Pals TV.
We're committed to bring you good news about pets and people.
Puppy's Pasta and Baci, Sundays at the Milano Inn. Closed captioning for Pet Pals TV brought to you by Relay Indiana and In Track featuring the Caption telephone phone service.
Because of my hearing loss, I avoided answering the phone. My CapTel phone allows me to read what the other person is saying. If you or someone you love suffers from hearing loss, please look into getting a CapTel phone. It's easy. See what you're hearing.
She doesn't belong to me, she belongs with me. She's my friend, my family, my confidant, and I want to do everything I can to return the favor. That's why I choose Holistic Select cat food. The wholesome, natural ingredients and perfectly balanced nutrition she deserves. Holistic Select, pet food for the pet-wise parent. To learn more about Holistic Select recipes for cats and dogs, and to find Holistic Select at a pet specialty retailer near you, visit holisticselect.com.
Okay, it's time for our Pet Pals book segment now. And an author who is exploring the top, so many times I guess we try to figure out what's inside of a dog's head, you know, what they're thinking.
Oh, yeah.
But this author feels you should try to get inside a dog's heart, too.
Get to know the animal that you've adopted and brought home,
Right.
and then how to get the most out of your relationship. You give some, the dog gives some, and everybody's happy.
We're going to look inside a dog's heart.
The book is called In a Dog's Heart, and the author is Jennifer Arnold, who has spent decades training and teaching and loving dogs. Jennifer, thank you for joining us so much. I have had pets all my life, ducks, turtles, hamsters, many, many cats, but I have my first dog that is my dog, not a family dog, and I can tell you, nothing has ever loved me more than this dog, my dog Louie. There's something special about a dog that they want to give back to you. They want to love you, don't they?
They really do. I don't think that everybody realizes how extraordinary it is for an entirely different species to want to be with you, and I mean, we don't have to force them to love us. They just do.
They just do. And what's interesting about your book, In a Dog's Heart, is I like the way you tell us that once you satisfy those basic needs of food and shelter, then you can take it from there, and then the training and the rest of the love comes easy. Am I correct in that?
Absolutely. I mean, I think that there are basic requirements for all of us, and it's why, training techniques that tell you to be aggressive and forceful and dominating with dogs are really very harmful, and I mean, certainly not scientifically accurate, and it just is not a good idea, because dogs need to feel secure before they can function, just like we do.
Okay. What would you tell someone who's watching, say, I want to get a dog, my first dog, maybe they're not familiar, what should they basically know to get the most reciprocal love from the animal?
Well, I mean, I think they need to research what breed characteristics are and pick your slot. If you live on a farm, then a border collie might be great, especially if you have some sheep you want to keep together. If you don't, you live in an apartment, maybe not such a good choice. And then fall in love. I mean, you've got to have that connection with the dog, because that's going to carry you through the bad times.
Right. Get to know your dog and let them get to know you, and then everything else, it seems to fall in line. At least it did for me.
Oh, and I mean, teaching behaviors like sit on cue, that's a piece of cake. I mean, and it's really not what you need to focus on. I mean, you need to focus on sort of establishing this relationship.
Well, I love all this stuff, and you've spent 2 decades training and teaching dogs, service dogs. You have a wonderful reputation. Before we go, what is the name? Is that a Labradoodle that's with you?
He's a golden doodle with a haircut. It's Butch Cassidy.
Okay. Well,
my buddy.
He's very, very calm. I can see that. He loves his mommy. So thank you very much. The name of the book, again, is In a Dog's Heart. It is Jennifer Arnold, and we highly recommend it. Thank you so much for joining us, Jennifer.
Thank you for having me.
It can be heartbreaking to see an animal suffer from abuse or neglect. There are a number of legal steps that you can take to protect an animal that you see suffering in such a way. In an emergency situation where an animal's life or health is in danger, call your local law enforcement or 911 immediately. If the animal's life is not in danger, but you suspect neglect, it may be productive to approach the guardian and offer assistance. There are times when the caretaker of the animal is blind to their ability to offer the appropriate care for the animal or animals in their care. If the guardian of the animal is not approachable, or if you suspect the animal suffering from abuse as well as neglect, alert the animal control shelter about the situation immediately. It will be important for you to take photographs or video of what you've seen. If you have questions, contact me at petpalstv.com. I'm Gary Miller, and be a responsible pet owner.
This Humane Society of Johnson County segment on Pet Pals TV is made possible by Dreyer Reinbold Subaru.
If I stop smiling, call 911. Oh, I could too long in the desert sun. Oh, please roll me over. Check me for life, but don't bury me till I'm done. Jeez. Jeez.
Dreyer and Reinbold Subaru of Greenwood on US 31 South and at DreyerReinboldSubaru.com.
Hi, I'm Mr. Motion, Mike White, President of Body in Motion Personal Training. And are you ready to bring out the best in you? Then come give Body in Motion a try, where you'll get the most affordable, results-driven workouts you can get. And tell them Mr. Motion sent you.
Charlie always waited faithfully for you. But now that he's lost, it's you waiting for him.
Put your mind at ease. Invisible Fence brand keeps tails wagging safely in the yard and off the streets.
Scout and Zoe's want to give you a treat every week. Sign up for the Pet Pals TV Weekly Dish. The newsletter serves up pet-friendly events, video pics, and local adoptable pets. Sign up as a member of PetPalsTV.com to get the Weekly Dish, sponsored by Scout and Zoe's allergy-free pet shoes. Fetch some today at ScoutandZoe's.com.
Okay, it's time to see what's shaken with a Pet Pal celebrity from the past.
His name is Buster. He's a deaf Dalmatian, and he has a friend out at Subaru out in Greenwood. Buster's been up to some interesting things, and we're going to see what he's doing now. Look at that face. What's not to love? His name is Buster. He's a Dalmatian, 6 months old, and he's a poster boy, too. Indiana's Lucky Dog x2 is amongst the newest scratch-offs from the Hoosier Lottery. In addition to the chance to win cash, the ticket also features the faces of some of Indiana's most adorable doggies. But Buster wasn't always a celebrity. It wasn't long ago he was slated for certain death.
I got Buster when a friend of mine tipped me off that there was a deaf puppy that was going to be put to sleep just solely because he was deaf. And so I wormed my way into the situation and literally grabbed a hold of him and would not let go.
Wow.
So.
Okay, if you tell me what you can tell me about deaf Dalmatians, what you have learned by going through this.
There's about 20% of the Dalmatians are born with congenital deafness. You can test for the gene. It's very expensive to do, but a really good reputable breeder will do that, and then they won't breed. They'll instantly spay or neuter whichever animal carries the gene. Unfortunately, what the not so great breeders will do, or the backyard breeders will do, is they'll just breed them, and if they end up with deafies, then they just kill them.
Buster is happy and healthy now, thriving. Carla is even teaching him sign language, and he's training to be a therapy dog.
My goal with him is to, ultimately, I've already passed the handler's test for him to be a therapy dog for the Delta Society. When he turns a year old, he can take the test and become a therapy dog, and he already has his first invitation to Westwood Elementary School's special ed class to be their therapy dog, because the teacher there has one child in her class that's deaf and 2 that are autistic and nonverbal that sign. So he'll be able to go in, they'll be able to chat him up, and he'll understand what they're saying. Also with the idea in mind, the bigger picture there, for him to kind of bridge the gap between the deaf and the hearing world.
On top of all this, Buster's star status has already been used to help raise money for the ASPCA.
One of Buster's other accomplishments in his very short life is that he's also the official ambassador for the Subaru Share the Love event that was held at Dreyer and Reinbold in Greenwood. People donated money and food, pet food, to have their picture taken with him and Santa Paws. And we raised food and money for the Johnson County Humane Society. Good boy. Good boy.
Clearly, it's been quite a journey from being a discarded dog to a sought-after paparazzi pooch. To see the face of Buster and other lucky dogs chosen from all over Indiana, visit your local Hoosier Lottery retailer today and ask for Indiana's Lucky Dog x2. Tell him Buster sent you. He's certainly an incredible lucky dog. Well, we want an update on Buster now. What's Buster doing?
Buster is now actually a signed, sealed, delivered, registered therapy dog for the Delta Society. He is 14 months old. He passed the test at 13 months old. He is one of the youngest dogs to ever pass the Delta test and the youngest deaf dog that they're aware of to ever pass it.
Not only young, but deaf as well. And you read sign language, don't you? Of course, all dogs kind of read our body language and sign, but he relies on it totally, doesn't he?
Yes, and I've taught him actual sign language because he is what they call a bedtime buddy, and we'll be working at the deaf school with the deaf kids.
Well, you're a wonderful doggy. We wanted to get updated as to your progress, and he's just adorable, and you love him, I know.
And he's gotten huge. Yes, I love him to pieces. He's the best dog in the world.
Now why would you not want this as your therapy dog, right?
Oh,
yes, that's Louie.
Tasting the makeup. That's
Makeup? You'd think it would be looking better than if I was
Oh.
Well, Louie is a therapy dog. We have the story of Bentley, the therapy dog.
Who is a Bernese Mountain Dog
Looks
as well.
just kind of like Louie.
Yeah, sort of.
Yeah, maybe not to you, right?
Bentley is a therapy dog in Seymour, Indiana, and we're going to go down south now, go to the hospital and see Bentley at work. A small Midwestern hospital with a solid reputation has been experimenting with a different type of therapy to excellent reviews. This therapy is actually an ancient remedy that does not require surgery or drugs. This therapy encourages the healing power of pets, and more specifically the healing power of Bentley, the therapy dog. Owned by Nurse Janet Myers, Bentley goes to work at Schneck Medical Center in Seymour, Indiana, 3 days a week.
A simple bedside visit of 10 to 15 minutes can lower the pain and anxiety in our patients. And in lowering the anxiety, it can affect the blood pressure, the heart rate, and in our heart failure patients, it even impacts some of their lab values.
Say hi, Miss Doris.
He's a big boy with a big personality and a big hit with everyone, including the staff.
When Bentley walks in, all of us nurses gather around and we all have a new smile on our faces, so he brightens our day as well.
I remember one gentleman in particular, he was a cancer patient. Bentley made a visit one afternoon, and after Bentley left, this gentleman talked all afternoon about Bentley, and even the next day when I came back into work, he was still talking about Bentley. So that visit just allowed him to forget himself for a while and focus on something else.
And administration.
And what Bentley's able to do for maybe a lot of our patients is just kind of soften them up and help them forget just for a few minutes what they're going through, whether it's illness or pain, and just give them that encouragement that they need to get better to get home.
And most importantly, the patients, from the youngest to the oldest.
He's a dandy dog.
Some go to great lengths to get up close and personal with Bentley.
He's just so nice and lovable and kind. He's a big dog, but very gentle.
He gets pretty good hugs.
Janet is aware of Bentley's powers.
Our hospice patients really benefit from our visits. It gives them something to look forward to every day. And then, as they approach the end of life, it is beneficial for the patient and their family. Bringing a pet therapy dog into the environment creates a sense of serenity, calm, peacefulness about the situation, especially if you have a very warm and compassionate dog who understands what's going on. I think the most exciting visits that I recollect are those when Bentley can change a patient's behavior that no other therapy or resource could. And there are no side effects from drugs. It's absolutely free, and the people feel so much better.
You don't have to live in Seymour to enjoy the adventures of Bentley. Janet has just published a book, The Visit, about him and her therapy dog before Bentley, another Bernese Mountain Dog named Maggie. Maggie passed a few years ago, but Bentley carries on in her tradition, dispensing love in a hospital setting. Bentley Therapy, a prescription for happy healing.
Don't call me a pet owner. I'm a lot more than that. I'm a coach, a companion, a parent, and a friend. I have to make choices for my dog that he can't make for himself. I like to ensure that he has the best quality of life possible. So I choose Holistic Select. Holistic Select, pet food for the pet-wise parent. Made in Mishawaka, Indiana. Holistic Select is available at pet specialty retailers. To learn more, visit holisticselect.com.
Once Oliver was lost, the chill settled in. How will you tell your daughter? Will she ever hear his paws dance in the hall again? Is he even okay? Thankfully, Invisible Fence Brand has kept over 2 million tails wagging happily and safely in their yards and nowhere else. No running into traffic, no upset neighbors, just pure freedom for you and your dog. For a special limited time offer, visit invisiblefence.com/TV.
Closed captioning for Pet Pals TV brought to you by Relay Indiana and In Track featuring the Caption telephone phone service.
Because of my hearing loss, I avoided answering the phone. My CapTel phone allows me to read what the other person is saying. If you or someone you love suffers from hearing loss, please look into getting a CapTel phone. It's easy. See what you're hearing.
To celebrate the success of the Paul and Tom Internet Radio Show, we've built a brand new set.
Paul, I don't see a set.
Don't you worry. We'll fix that in post.
Visit paulandtomshow.com.
More picture-perfect Halloween costumes now. Diane Spears thinks her dog looks like McDreamy from that primetime hospital. And here's a tribal look. Could it be Pocahontas? We're not quite sure, but thanks, Diane, for sharing. And meet the new King of the Animal Kingdom. His name is Willie. Thanks to Carla Lickard of Springboro, Ohio, for sharing this one. Ava is going for something very traditional in October, a pumpkin costume. We're not sure that she's happy about it, though, but she looks great. Share your pet's photo on our Facebook wall, and your pet could appear right here on Pet Pals TV.
Time for the big goodbye scene here, all right? We're all waving. We'll all see you in November.
Oh, my heavens. But until then, we hope you enjoy your Halloween.
Mm-hmm. Good tricks
right?
and treats. But, of course, you can't give Louie any chocolate, right?
No.
Yeah.
They can take a little bit, but why chance it? You know, don't even do it. It's not good for them. It's probably not as good for us as if we eat too much.
For me.
Send all your trick-or-treat chocolate to Paul. So keep your animals away from the chocolate. But have a wonderful holiday.
And we'll be back soon on Pet Pals TV.
Give a little more.